All right, so this repo, Reasonable Productivity Web Frontend, is kind of a framework on top of the Vue framework that you can use. And the Nuxt team gives you create Nuxt app to like, so let me come to my terminal. By the way, I have my API here so I can run it if I need to. Let me just get into my virtual environment so I don't forget to do that later. All right. Hi, Riza. So, yeah, it might be lagging a little bit. So basically, I'm on 5G internet right now, but I will be getting gigabit fiber optic internet tomorrow. So if it does lag today, sorry, but it's been doing pretty well this morning, so I'm hoping it's not too bad. All right, so now for the front end, so let me do npx create Nuxt app, and I guess productivity front end. All right. So this is going to take a minute to install. Basically how Nuxt works is that it's going to run a server. I'm just going to choose the default server and then use Vuetify as my design framework for this because there's a few features that are built in that I really want to use in Vuetify. And then, yeah, all this other stuff I can set up. Sorry about the cat meowing. And then, where is it? Yeah, and then basically, if you've used something like GridSum, or it basically gives you a directory to create your pages in, so it abstracts a little bit of the Vue setup for you. So I think this will be an interesting comparison with some of the other apps I've built with straight up Vue versus using Nuxt. Nuxt is a really well designed framework. Choose none, yeah. Okay, Nuxt modules, let's do Axios. Yeah, I'll just get all those. Okay, so ESLint, definitely want ESLint. Why don't I go ahead and do prettier, just for some formatting. Let's do just for testing. And then, so server-side rendered versus single-page application. I'm going to do single-page application. And let's see, choose development tools. All right. All right, and now it's installing. So now it'll take another minute. But this is basically, instead of doing Vue create, this is doing create Nuxt app, so that I don't have to do Vue create. All right, hi. Sorry about that. Okay, so still installing. And yeah, so basically I'm going to start setting up pages. If you look at the repo that I have, I'm going to start with tasks, just getting basic tasks to display, almost like a to-do application to get started with. And then I'm going to organize different types of tasks in sections. The auth pages will come later, and I'm definitely setting these up in like every application, every Vue.js application. So this is the correct time. Good, great. I live, so it's not too bad. Sweet, awesome. To get started, of course, I have to cd into the directory. So cd And then let's see, what commands did it give me? Oh, it's not letting me go. It gave me a lot of things out of the box. So in my package.json, it has dev, build, start, generate, lint, and test. So I'm guessing build, actually generate probably generates static files from Nuxt, I'm guessing. So dev is probably what I want to be running now. And then build is for production, and then I don't know what the difference between dev and start are. I guess I could look at, yeah, it says, and launch the project with npm run dev. Localhost 3000. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started with that. So npm run dev to run the development server. And okay, it says it's ready. Sweet. Ah, these moving things. All right, so it set up Nuxt for me and Vuetify, which is good. So it went ahead and set up the Vuetify, the CLI plugin for Vuetify. Okay. So yeah, let me look at my pages and go ahead and start creating the tasks pages. Put the plugin in there. Anyways, so I have to start creating pages in here. And what I'm seeing here is the index page. So I can go ahead and change this page. Let's see. Div logo. Okay, so the menu bar is not in there. So, okay. This is, all right, sorry, I'm figuring this out. So, okay, so they're using vLayout, vFlex. So this is actually the older Vuetify. So I'm actually going to use the Vuetify grid system. So let me go ahead and just create a basic V container. Inside put a V row and then a V column inside. And let me close those. Okay, because the V layout tag, I think it's been deprecated. All right, so let's see. I don't need these. Don't need these. And let's just say reasonable 16. It's giving me a warning. Delete the, I don't know what it's saying to delete. So I could stop the server and run the fix option, which would be kind of annoying. But okay, so that's it basically. It wanted me to clean up my code. Okay, so this is the home page, and then I guess I'm going to create a new file and call it tasks, where you can see a list of tasks .view. And let me start with a template in here. So template, and so let me do another V container, and inside the V container I'll do a row, and then I'll add a column because I want to add some offset here in a bit. And I know, without grids using Flexbox, you add so many extra DOM elements. Alright, so I have V container, V row, V column inside. And now, okay, I think I have to turn off prettier because it's getting a little annoying. Oh, but I think it's set up to It must be in one of these config files where it's telling it, or in the Webpack file. Semi. Okay, well, I guess I'll leave it for now. Delete, so it's telling me to delete the extra files here. So I guess because I don't have anything here maybe. So let me, inside here I'm going to put a vcard and vcard, and then let me just put tasks. Okay, so let me see if I can just go to this URL. Yes, I can. Sweet. So how Nuxt works, which is interesting, is that I can just add pages in here and it's using them as a URL. So I'm not actually setting up my routing like I would in a regular Vue.js application with Vue router. Okay, so I have these tasks, and now I'm actually going to look in the Vuetify documentation so that I can copy a checklist. I'm just going. They moved their top links, so I don't know where the exact documentation is, so I just always click on Quick Start. But yeah, let me do list first. So vlist, and there's a lot in the list API, but I probably want something like this. No, not shape list, dense list, this one. All right, so vlist dense with subheader and everything. And actually, I think I'm going to get rid of the vcard and just have this. And up here, actually, I'm going to do a header. So I'm going to do let's do an H1 and say tasks as a page header. Okay, and now vlist item is looping right now. So I'm going to just, for right now, I'm going to get rid of that and say, yeah, get rid of the vtext directive and the icon. Okay, so I'm just going to have content, which will be what the task is basically, which will be looped through when I pull in from the server eventually. Okay, so vmodel, there is no vmodel. That's fine. All right, so this should show up as tasks now. An error occurred. Okay, good. So it's basically set up. Okay, and now I want to change the dark theme. So how do I do that? I'm guessing, wonder if it's in the Nuxt config. Okay, so yeah, it put the Vuetify configuration inside this nuxt.config.js file. And so it has these custom colors. Now, where does colors come from? Colors from Vuetify ES5 util colors. So if I look in colors in the Vuetify docs, colors right now. This is going to be hard to do inside this application. Let me just see. Oh, is the server? Oh, cannot read property darken to. Okay, so it didn't like my blue gray. That's for sure. I thought maybe I could just copy them from here. There's deep orange, amber. All right, so I'm gonna have to do the colors later, but I do want a lighter theme here. Let me rerun my server real quick. It's just kind of annoying to me to develop in the dark theme, but that's what Vuetify is giving me, or not Vuetify, but Nuxt set up for me out of the box. But I don't want to spend too much time on that. Okay. Well, I know where it is, so I can play with these colors later and add in different colors. All right, so I'm gonna have tasks here, and now I want to add a checkbox to these tasks. So I'm gonna go, oh, did it crash? I don't think it crashed. I guess it's just lagging again. Wait, get rid of that. Okay, so I want to add the checkbox. So let me go back to lists, because I think I can put, here we go. So they have lists with checkbox examples. So I'm just going to copy wherever they put the checkbox, because in Vuetify they have all these components, like you have a V list, but then you have a V subheader inside of the list, a V list item content. So you have all these nested components inside that give you certain styles and layouts. So I'm going to do, let's see, the toolbar V button. So where is it getting the checkbox from? V list. Okay, so it's inside. So they're passing it in via a slot. So V list item, and then content. Okay, so I'm going to, wait, I'll have to take the template. So inside of a vlist item. All right, so let me take this vlist item and do that. Vlist action. Okay, that should be, is that properly indented? I think I'm missing something here. So where's the other template? So it didn't have the other template. Oh, I missed the other template tag. That's just wrong. Okay. So vlist item, so it should come right here, and then these should be indented, and then these ones, the vlist content, those ones need to be deleted. Okay, and input value active. So now I should see checkboxes here, and of course Prettify. I'm definitely turning off Prettify. Okay, replace with, it says to put an enter after I. Is that what it's telling me? Oh, it wants me to put this now. That I. So when I'm working with teams, I actually do like Prettify, but it seems to be a little bit frustrating right now. All right, so now I have nice checkboxes, so this will be good. And then what I need to do at the top somewhere is add just an input box, a single input box. And I'm actually going to do that outside of the list. So here, let's see, subheader. I don't really need the subheader inside of the list here. So, okay, so I need to add an input. So I guess I'll add an input before the list here. So, oh, I guess that's the style of it. Yeah, it must be the style. So I'll just leave it like it is right now and then add a label. So I'll say label is enter task. Okay, so oops, so now I have this. So okay, good, awesome. So now I have, okay, and now I'm going to start managing a list of tasks in my the documentation here. Where I should, there we go. Wait, the page didn't change yet, never mind. Root instance. Nuxt lets you decide between two store modes. You can choose what you prefer. Modules. Every JS file inside the store directory is transformed into a namespace module. Beginning index beginning being the root module. Classic returns a method to create a store instance. So basically, you only have one mode because this one's deprecated. So that's good because I want to namespace my modules. It's good that it makes me do that from the beginning. Okay, so let's see. Export each one. Like I have to export state, mutations, all those things separately. Okay, so let me create a new file. Let me call it tasks.js. And now I'll paste the example in here. And so export const state. So on state, I'll put tasks, which is an array, and then mutations. And then I guess I just export all of these things like that, like actions, which actions are about to be deprecated when Vue 3 officially comes out, I think. So I'll probably redo this when that comes out. But I think for right now, for the asynchronous actions, I can't use mutations for that right now. Okay, so add, remove, toggle. Actually list, because so I'm on the tasks namespace, so maybe I should change this to list. Yeah, because it will be tasks.list on this namespace. So I think that's more intuitive. All right, so export const state mutations. Oh, this would be actions, which will be my API calls when I add those, but I don't have them yet. So it basically already gave me the add, remove, and toggle if it's done here. So let me now try to put this into my file. Thanks, Infographics. Yeah, I'm happy with how that video turned out. Hopefully I can do more videos for Free Code Camp in the future, especially when Vue 3 comes out. I want to do a video about that. Okay, so I'm so used to working in regular Vue and not Nuxt. It's taking me a second to, like remember all the different, I guess, syntax that I have to use. Not syntax, but like different methods that I need to use for this versus just using straight up Vue. Okay, so in my Vue file, how do I access that? Okay, so I'll basically do the same thing. Map mutations from Vuex in my Vue file. Let me get rid of some of these. Okay, So here I'm going to make a script tag and then map mutations, and then so in computed I can return to-dos being returned. Okay. So that should be okay to loop through, and then I guess I'll have to-dos, let's see, text. So it's just pushing text on. Okay, so in here, so title, so I guess I won't have a title here, but I will have here, I'll have to-do dot text inside of that loop to display the to-dos text. Okay, so let me start with one to-do then, like just a default to-do. So I'll have text, just a test, and then I'll have what is the other one? Done, which is a Boolean, and I'll say false. Okay, let me see if it displays here. Oh, map mutations is defined. This is the annoying thing about Prettier. Wait, I'm just going to look up real quick how to turn off Prettier. I think I just want to do manual linting afterwards. So how to turn off Prettier in Nuxt. How to properly set up Nuxt with ESLint and Prettier. Okay, so ESLint. Oh, so it's in my ESLint file. Let's see. Extends, plugins. So where is it saying to... But it should, I guess Prettier is just automatically set up to lint. Yeah, so actions should be deprecated. At least this is what I've read. So actions and mutations are going to be merged together in the next version of Vue.x that will come out when Vue 3 comes out. Because you can do both things inside, like you don't need the extra actions go to mutations and stuff. You can do both things with inside of an action. You could mutate state. I don't really know how it's going to work yet, so that'll be interesting. Okay, so I'm just getting rid of these, and I can always add them back in later. Not a big deal. Okay. Let me run the dev server again. Okay, so now it's not giving me Prettier errors. It's just giving, see if I do. Oh, where is it? So ignore path. Okay, so I have that lint command, and then I'll just pass fix to it. Or no, wait. I have to do space fix, or map mutations is not defined. Yeah, I know about that. Let me go to that Vue file. An error occurred. It doesn't tell me which error though. Let me try going to my root. Why is it saying that an error occurred? You can install auto ESLint in VS Code. Yeah, I should set up something like that. It's just annoying when I'm streaming and it's like trying to, you know, tell me I need an enter here and this here and okay. Let's see. So it's not telling me what kind of error occurred. This.store.state.todos is undefined. Okay, so why is it undefined then? I think in store I need an index.js file. Index.js. So in the Nuxt example, it does have, to get started, export the state as a function and the mutations and actions as objects. Okay. I guess I'll just put something in here because maybe it's not generating the state or Vue.js. Okay, so it says it updated it now. Let's see if this works. An error still occurred. This.store.state.todos is undefined. Let me see how the Vue dev tools look in this. Okay, so in Vue.js, I actually have this base state. So I have, so yeah, the state is defined. I wonder, do I have to restart this again? Is it not picking up because I just set up Vue.js? Because in my Vue dev tools, it's showing the store, which is weird. And then it's just telling me an error occurred. That's not great. All right, so why am I getting an error when my state is here? You know what I'm going to do is come here, and I'm actually going to map state. So I'm going to map state here from Vue.js, and then in my computed, what I'm going to do is use the dot operator, and then so it should be in my tasks namespace. I think that's how it is. That's what the documentation seems to say, is that anything in here is on my like root namespace, and then anything in a different file is automatically put in a module which is namespaced. I think that's what it's saying. So the state that I want to import from tasks is list. Okay, good. So it imported it with no errors this time. But now it's called list. So I'm going to have to, let's see, change it in there. Sweet. So now it shows my list. Now let me see if I can hook up this input. So now I'm gonna map mutations, and so this was also in my tasks namespace module, or namespaced module. And here, what mutation do I want? So I have add, remove, toggle. So let me see, add, remove, toggle. So I want, I guess, add, well, let me just import all of them so I can set them all up. Add, remove, toggle. Okay, and now I want to make it so when someone hits enter here, wait, so let's say press enter for some instructions. So I need an event, so, and it won't be at click or at change. So I need to do a key press event, and I only want to know about the enter key. So if you don't know, Vue lets you, do a dot and then the number associated with that key. So 13 is enter, but for some keys that you use a lot, like enter, it just gives you a keyword. So I can just put key press.enter. So listen to the enter key press event and then do something. And so I'm going to call add. And now add needs to take in text. So I'm going to have to pass in text on add. So what I really should do here is create a method called add task, and yeah, and then this will call this.add this.add mutation, and then I can pass in, wait, I need state here first. I forgot about that. So I need, let's say data. I need the component state so I can get what I type in the input box. Let me return an object from data, and let me say, just call it new task. That's going to be a string. And then this text field, I'm going to put, I'm going to vmodel it to that variable I just created in this Vue component, which was new task. I think it was new task. Yeah, new task. And now I'm going to put this second parameter. So I can either pass in just one string like I am, or I can pass in an object, but it all has to be passed in as one object or item here. Okay, so I think that should work, but let me make sure I'm calling add task. Yeah, let me change that to add task. Okay, let me see if this works. Nope. What? Oh, attributes order. It's making me order my attributes now? Wow. Okay. That was just a warning. Missing space before function parens. Okay, now it's getting pedantic. Oh, and it's complaining about data too. Okay, that's fine. Sweet, so sweet, awesome. So it adds here. I also want to reset that input field after I add a task. So I'll say this.new task equals an empty string. Okay. Feed cats. Awesome, so I can add tasks this way. Cool. All right, so now that I can add tasks, I need to be able to do CRUD operations. And by the way, this stuff is really the same in Vue or Nuxt. Nuxt basically is just an abstraction where it's set X instance. It's handling my imports here, like Vue and Vuex and stuff. So it's handling stuff under the hood for me. But the basic syntax, like what I'm writing here, is the exact same in Vue and Nuxt. Like I would still be using these same methods from Vuex and stuff. All right, so I have this.add, this.new task. So delete task. Right here. So let me add an icon with v icon, and I'm assuming that Nuxt set up now in Vuex. Okay, so I need to add an icon here, which should be an X or a rubbish barrel. Maybe a rubbish barrel. So MDI, I don't know. Let's look at icons here. Okay, so it gives us this list of material design icons, and I can search for, oh, it's still loading. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to, which one should I get? Delete outline. Yeah, let me do delete outline. This one's fine. Okay, so I think I can just do MDI dash delete dash outline. Let me see if that works. Sweet, awesome. So now I just have to move that over to the right side. And then also, this is taking up too much of the page. Let me use this column. So I'm going to say column. So on extra small, I want it to be full width, but anything larger than extra small, I'm going to say column small equals 4. And then I think it's offset small equals 4. Since there are 12 columns, if I offset by 4, okay, so it definitely offset by 4, but it's not stopping at 4. So why isn't it doing that? Oh, I know why. Because I don't need the column dash. I just need small. Wow, that's really small because I'm zoomed in a little bit. All right, so let me do 6 for right now and do an offset of 3. Okay, that's better. That's perfect. I would recommend going ahead and learning Vue 2. So I think what a lot of people are confused about is that Vue 3 is going to completely change Vue 2, but it's not. You're still using the same options API. Like all this stuff, the V4, the slots that came out in 2.6, or were updated in 2.6, all that stuff is going to be the same in Vue 3. Vue 3 changed some things, and it's going to add that new functional API and some low-level, or you have more access to low-level functions. But if you're getting started, you're going to start the exact same way whether you learn Vue 3 or Vue 2. You're still going to learn the options API, which is basically this object here, this export default object with data computed methods. You're still going to learn that whether you wait for Vue 3 or learn Vue 2. Okay, so now I need this rubbish over on the right hand side. So let me see. It's inside here, so I'm just gonna quickly add this class, and sorry, I'm gonna add this class of Flexbox. So I'm gonna set it to be display flex, and then let's see, flex. I need space between, so flex. What is it? Flex direction? It's or no, it's align. Let me try one more thing. Justify content. So justify content between. Let's see if that works. No, it's not pushing it over here. So why isn't it pushing it over there? Let's see. So I could, yeah. Oh, sweet. Awesome. It goes to the side. So any node ORM for auto migration, like in Django ORM, auto migrations. I don't think there's anyone set up quite the same way as Django, where it's so integrated into Node. But so, and then one thing for NoSQL, I know you didn't ask about NoSQL, but I think just SQLize and migrations in SQL are so much better and easier to set up than anything in NoSQL. I haven't developed a good migration system for a NoSQL database. Okay, so icon. Oh yeah, so I want when they click on it, so at click, when they click on the icon, it's going to be a click event, and I'm going to call remove. And I think I can just call remove directly because that's going to change my global state. So let's see. Sweet! Oh, but it's getting rid of totally the wrong one. Okay. Let me look at my Vuex. So in here, I have, if I pass in, so I could pass in the index because I do have it here actually. So I have the index here. So why don't I just change that to take in the index? So here, so I'll pass in the index of the to-do, and then in my tasks, I'm going to, I don't need to look up the index because I'm already passing it in. So let me get rid of that and pass in the index. Okay, so I passed in the index. Now let me see the cats. Okay, so let me see if walk dog disappears. Oh wait. Sweet! Yeah, so it might be a little bit laggy. So the internet's getting installed tomorrow, the gigabit internet. Today's live stream hasn't dropped so far, which is good. I haven't seen it drop. Except at the very beginning for a second. But yeah, it might still be laggy. So hopefully that's fixed after tomorrow though. Alright, so it's splicing. The thing is, like after I delete something, it's checking a pencil icon so that I can update it. So it's loading. And then actually I'll put a span around the icons. So that way they'll both float to the left. Or what I could do actually is, so Vuetify gives me this then. So let me let me get rid of VSpacer then. Maybe that just works better in menus and stuff. All right, so I will add a span here after all. So span, and then span. Oops. Okay. Hey Yogi, how are you? All right. So I have this. So let me try pencil here. So pencil. Oh, good. There is a pencil. It's not the prettiest, but that's fine for right now. Okay, and now this will call an edit an edit task function. Okay, so how should I handle this? I think what I'm going to do when they click the pencil, this will turn into an input box. So then they can edit it. So I'll call this edit task function here, and I'm going to create this function. And now I will do, okay, so I need a Boolean on my state that shows whether a task is being edited. So let's see, how should I do this? So maybe not a Boolean, because is editing, because that could be any task in the whole list. I'll put like a -1. So basically, if this equals the index of the task, so maybe I'll call it editing task index. I don't know, something like that. Okay, so editing task index, if that equals the index of one of these tasks, then that task will turn into an input box. So I would have to set this editing task index equal to the index that I pass in. And then after I save or cancel the edit, I'll get rid of that and set it back to -1. Okay, so now that I have that set, I'm going to do another span with a vif here. So vif equals, let's see, editing task index. Editing task index equals index. Then I'll show v text input. Yeah, so v text field, that's what I'm looking for. Task text. Maybe I should just create an object here. So let me create editing task, create an object, and then put these inside. So I'll put index and then text. I think that looks better. Okay. And the text, so this dot editing, so it's this dot editing task and then dot index equals index. And then for the text, I'll have to set it equal to, I'm going to take this task list. Hi, how are you? I'm going to take this task list and say this dot list dot index. Okay, so I can just pass in the index then and get that list item dot text, basically dot text, because I know that index exists because I'm already passing in the index in the loop, so I can assume that it exists on that list, and then I can just get the text off of it. And this dot editing text, I will set the vmodel equal to that. So now in vmodel here, oh wait, I need to change this. So editing text dot index. And now the vModel equals editing text dot text. Okay, and I think that's okay for now. Let me close the span. And now, span has no matching end tag. I think I just added it. Oh, so this span, and that span. Yeah, so maybe I just need to reset the server. It's confused about what I did. Unless I really do have a typo here, but I don't think I do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't. Okay, let me reset this. It's still refreshing. Hi Vipin, how are things in India? Okay. So I wonder, let's see, it says editing text is undefined. Oh, right, because it's not editing text, it's editing task. Yeah. Task. Okay. All right, so this looks okay, but now it's not showing it properly. So I think there's something I did wrong with Vuetify. And let me see what it is. So inside of here, I have my vlist item content, vlist item subtitle. That's all fine. I have this v if v else block, which is so weird. Why isn't it showing my icons and things? Span these icons. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like this is correct. It's not really throwing an error except service worker. Let me refresh it again. Oh, okay, so now it's working. Yeah. Sweet. So let me now try to edit. Okay, cool. Of course, the styling's a bit off, but now it's letting me edit a little bit. And now I'll just add like a save button there to the edit. So let me look at the text fields. And Vuetify should have an example where it shows a save button to the right. To the right of an input box. There should be. Or else I could just add it, I guess. So I know there's a slot that it adds. The outer icon. So what would be an icon? I guess like a check mark maybe. Let me see what check mark there is. This is just loading in perpetuity. Okay, so append outer icon. So let me add this then and do a check mark. So let me move this onto separate lines and here. Oh, oh yeah, it has to be, let's see. Does it need to be MDI check? Oh yeah, cool. So it adds a check mark. Sweet. I think that's pretty good. Hi nobodies, it's good to see you again for another Vue stream. It's been a while since I did Vue. Okay, let me get rid of this. So let me add dog. Okay, and now if I do this, okay, yeah, it changes the edit here. Sweet. Awesome. So I wonder if I can fix the layout issues. I probably just have to fix the spacing that it's adding. Oh no, it seems like I could just fix the alignment of this. So maybe I can do, here, let me put this on 2 lines. So I could do, oh wait, this has to be in the class. So align items center. Okay, well, that didn't quite work. Let me look at the Flexbox again and look at alignment. Oh, flex align, here we go. So it's just align center. So let me get rid of all this. Will get new colors and stuff, so it's not just a bunch of white icons. Okay, so when they click this check mark though, so that this pencil lets them edit. Okay, so if they're editing, then I think they shouldn't get these other 2 icons. I think it should just be the edit or cancel. So I might move these 2 icons then into here. Oops. That is not, yeah, that's what I want. Okay. And so now I have these 2 icons in here. Let me see how that looks. Okay, so that's good. And then I want an X icon for cancel here. So append outer icon. Oh, it's already appended. So can I append 2 outer icons? I don't know. Let's look at text. I might have to just put it outside. Yeah, I'm just going to put it outside of that and see how it looks. All right, so what is an X called? MDI. Okay, so it doesn't show any examples. So let me look at material design icon X. I can't even think of what that might be called. But it's a really common icon. Maybe it's called remove or something. Does anyone know what that's called? Here's a plus sign. So where is the X icon? All right, I'm just gonna start searching for random stuff. Let me search for cancel. Okay, so I have this cancel. That's good. This cancel. Okay, so I guess I have a square or I have a round thing. I really don't like this, but I don't like this either. Let me just do this. What is it called? Cancel presentation. First, let me try cancel here. And doing this stuff in spans, I need these classes to be inside of the spans, I guess. And also because the text isn't directly inside. So let me do class equals display flex. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I keep forgetting it's space between. Okay, so justify content space between. All right, and now that moves it over to the right. And now I can, let me just copy these flex classes and put them here too. Oops. Let's see, vif, so I want it here. All right, this is fine, that's better. Yeah, the closed circle is probably better than what I had. That other one. Although this can sometimes mean delete, so we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. All right, so now I can change this, and I should be able to save it when I click on the check mark. So, okay, so first this closed circle should be cancel edit. All right, and I should do cancel edit here, and this will be this dot yeah, so basically I need to do this dot editing task dot index equals -1, and this dot editing task dot text reset, I'll reset that to an empty string. Okay, so when I click cancel, that should work. Let me see if that works. Sweet, cool. All right, so cancel works, and now I should be able to do, so I'm just working with data inside the Vue application, or inside this Nuxt application this time. Next time I'll hook it up to the API and have the Django API running so I can actually make calls and do actual CRUD operations. Okay, so let's see. Where is, oh, so append outer icon. So I need to, how do I get an event on that icon then? Let me go back to text fields. Okay, so I have append outer icon, and then okay, so the event emitted when an appended icon is clicked. So I should do, let's say, save edit. Okay, so I'll save edit when they click append, or I guess I'll do an at key press and then dot enter here. And so this will be, yeah, save edit as well. Okay, so if they click on the check mark or if they hit enter, it will save. Maybe I'll pass in editing task, because I have the index and I have the text there. So I'll do this dot editing task, and then I'll call cancel edit as well. This dot cancel edit. Okay. I hope you use Vuex Store with API. Yeah, I'll definitely be using the Vuex store. I'm already using it here with mutations and state and everything, but in the next stream, when I'm actually using API calls, I'll be making this actions object. Yeah. Okay, so save, edit, cancel, edit. And I'm wondering, because I think this file is going to get really big, I'm wondering if Nuxt has it set up where it can either be a file or a folder. So tasks.js, or I can make a tasks folder to namespace, to have a namespace task module. Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out as we go along. Okay, so this .edit, now I don't have an edit function in here, so I'm going to add an edit function. So let's see, edit. And this will be state, and I'll pass in the payload. Okay, so here I'm gonna do, let's see, I should just overwrite what's already in the state, or I can splice. So with splice I can pass in a new item, which is probably what I should do, because otherwise I don't think the UI will update or will watch for the update. So I think I have to use splice even for edit. I think that's what we did last time when we did the curriculum app. We realized we were just updating state, but the UI wasn't catching the change. Okay, good. So state.list.splice, and then let me pull off the items off payload. So const, because there's going to be a lot more once we hook up the API, because the database has more columns for these tasks than what we have in the front end right now. Okay, so I'm passing in the index and the text. So I want to splice at the index, and at the same time I want to pass in an object here. Oh wait, one thing at a time. Pull off a payload. Okay. Oops. So cool. I'm gonna have a new keyboard tomorrow, by the way, so it's the same one I had before actually, but I needed to get a new one. So I won't be straining my wrists and mistyping on this laptop keyboard. All right, so const, what was I just doing? Oh yeah, I need to pass in the new, or let's call it updated task. So let's say I want to do state.list and then get the task. Oh wait, let's set updated task equal to, and first, okay, const updated task equals, okay, so I think that should work. Let's see if it works. So 1, 2, 3, hit save. Didn't work. Okay, what did we do? Let's see. Should be no space before this paren. But that's not why it's failing here. So let's see, test 1, 2, 3. It's just not saving at all. So maybe I didn't hook up the check mark. Let's see, I created this save edit function. Where is the check mark? Oh yeah, at click append save edit. So I wonder if I have to do stop enter. So enter works. So it's really just this at click append that's not working. Emitted when an appended icon. I mean, we can look in the Vue Dev Tools and see what event is emitted in the Events tab. Let me move again. All right, so in the Events tab, if you can see it, sorry that I can't zoom in on Vue Dev Tools in Firefox, but this is Events, and I can, okay, so I click to edit, and now, okay, so it's showing me all these key events. Let me clear them, and now I'll hit the check mark. And it's actually not firing. It's a little bit tricky because it's inside a list here, which is also clickable. Let me try append outer and see if that works. Get rid of the stop propagation. So append outer. And yeah, so that worked by doing append outer. So I guess the regular append might be like if for icons that I put before the input, but cool. And then I can delete items. I can edit items. Okay, so when I check items off though, it doesn't update. So maybe that is the last thing that I can fix real quick. So this is just a plain Boolean checkbox. Checkbox.toString, so it's vmodeled. Okay, so I can just vmodel it. So, okay. Okay, cool. Sorry, that dropped for a second. All right, so I have the V model here. No, I don't have V. I have the input value. So I think if I just do, oh no, because I want to actually get the value. Okay, so I have to decide list, or I just need to say that only the checkbox works. So, what I could do, let me see if if I disable the list, disabled, if that works. Yeah, now I can't click. Oh, I can't click on the checkbox either, or on anything else. Okay, that's not gonna work. So on the checkbox, yeah, I'm not sure what I should do there. Let me see. No, I'm already in checkbox, so dark dense error. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is, it's been an hour and 45 minutes, so I think I'm going to end the stream here and pick it back up with hooking up the checkboxes next time. I'll have updated the README before the next stream. I'll also have much better internet, so that will be super exciting. Yeah, so, and then in the next stream, we'll also hook up the API. So most of the stream will be spent hooking it up to the Django API. I'm guessing the next 2 streams will really be doing that, because we'll have a stream on Friday as usual, and then another stream on Sunday. So I'll post those later today. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you have any feedback for me, leave it in the comments. Please join me on Discord, my Discord server, if you want to chat with me later. You can see that info in the description. Other than that, yeah, check out this repo and have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.